Welcome back to Indian Trace. Believe it or not, we are in a winter advisory, really, at least for eastern central North Carolina. I mean, not for where I grew up, or many of you in Missouri or Minnesota, what have you. But, 23 degrees in the morning, that's about as cold as it ever gets here in eastern North Carolina. What you're seeing here is rhyolite. That's the type of stone. Now, as I'm doing this series, it's always going to be just slightly different, and I'm going to try to make sure that there are things that you can pause and see that maybe some of you have never seen before. Now, this band right here is where I pulled these from, and they're a particular style because, whether it's the size or a particular feel, that's how I'll compartmentalize them, if you will, or store them or keep them safe. Of course, we're looking at the expressions of thousands upon thousands of years. Easily, a couple of these points can be separated by 2,000-3,000 years. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable. So I'll go through some of them and just check them out. Maybe make a comment or two. But through the years, through my 10 years, they've found their place and sort of got winnowed down into a similar bin. I think mostly because of feel. I don't go hard on exactly what every individual point is called because I don't really find that much commonality. I mean, ancient hunting point, ancient food getters are designed clearly for one purpose, which is to get out there and feed their family. For you and me, you just find a rock and figure out what kind of style is going to work good. If it works real good, you're just going to repeat it, and you're set to go. This point right here was found from, I think it was over in Site 5E, the plateau. Excuse me. Hope everybody's doing great out there. As great as you can with everything going on. This point right here from the archaic, it's a great balance point in rhyolite, isn't it? Sometimes you can even remember the day. It was soaking wet mud that day. These are super green when they're wet. Now this is found in a completely different area of the county. Site 7. To me, it almost reminds me of what you guys out there and fellas call capinas, but probably not. It's what I call worked. No doubt. No doubt. This point from Mecca. What I like about rhyolite and looking at such a huge amount of different types of ancient North American Indian hunting points is the practicality. Very often they are similar size and weight, but style, nah. Whatever, they knew what they needed for basics, put them into that point, and they're pretty much set to go. Pretty much set to go. So, look at this point from the clay pot. Oh my gosh, right? Think a woodland point maybe? Or a late archaic point? Maybe really archaic. I have no earthly idea. I'm telling you what. You and me both, we know we would feed our family. super light. That would fashion an atlatl dart. If I could make a bunch of those, I'd be a happy man. Happy man. Funny thing is, the rhyolite, as some of you might not know, comes from 13 days foot travel from here. It's not here in the ground, even the purple stuff. Point from the cove right here. All this stuff is the size that it would deliver a 50 caliber shot. Definitely maim and slow down that animal, and then they would close in on it, I'm sure. Working together and getting these things taken care of. It's us, it's our society that thinks one shot, one kill. Cannot be the scenario, because it's hard enough for us to get that to happen all the time. But what they did must have worked, because we have the evidence of 5, 6, 7,000 years, 8,000, 9,000 accumulation of this stuff. Arguably, the debate is open, and I'm sure we'll all find out what the truth is one day, which is fine with me. This point was from the cove. Number 1, cove is broken in 3 parts, but rhyolite again. None of this rhyolite, for those of you who are just maybe seeing rhyolite for a working first time, was this light green. It's dark army green when it was flaked out in flint. Super beautiful, dark. It patinas this light color. So none of it was like this stuff. This is all heavy patination of patina. Look at this piece, found maybe 9 years ago on outer edge. Split right off as a core piece, and they just went to working on it. That's not a new break at all. I mean, you can tell right there on this edge and the balance of it. You can tell. Nice point. This piece right here, Mecca. The flaking on that, holy cow. And this is a little heavier than some of these, but I'm telling you what, I don't want to, that going through the air, I know produced accuracy and impact. Anyway, good stuff. Well, that's a good look at everything. As always, hope you guys find that there.